Ba-da-dum-bum. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Ba-da-dum-dum. Ba-dum.
You ready? Start the show?
Yeah, totally. I thought we were on.
Are you ready?
A Shot of Wrestling. Episode 224. And away we go.
Break your damn shot, boy. Is that the message you got? We about to go live. Are you ready to rock? So take a shot. Oh, so take a shot. Oh, yeah. I'm a street breaker. I'm a heartbreaker. This is my yard. I'm a Ramon Razor. Strip band, angel boy. About to sink and destroy. It's an SOW. Let me hear you make noise. Take a shot, boy. Is that the message you got? We about to go live. Are you ready to rock? So take a shot.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 224 of A Shot of Wrestling. I'm your host, as always, at Michael J. Putty, joined by Mark Schwann. Mark, welcome back, buddy.
Whoa. We're dropping the Hollywood assassin. We're dropping your favorite actor. Are you just going to just say Mark Schwann like I'm just some schmuck?
A, you are a schmuck. 2, you're not my favorite actor. And 3, I was going to lead that into you going back to Hollywood as you going back to work now. I was going to make it a positive thing, but now you're being an asshole. Now you're exposed. So go fuck yourself. So, Mark, we come on the air with some, tossing our intro chat out the window. R.I.P. RBG.
Yeah,
Sad
wow.
news.
So we, as our loyal listeners know, we record on Friday nights. And, yeah, news broke out just not too long ago about RBG. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, for those that don't know, passed away today. Sad. It's not necessarily just sad loss for Washington, D.C., but for the country as a whole. You don't really hear too often, especially nowadays, about a woman who's so opinionated with her views, but at the same time was able to cross over and still be friends with the other side, if that makes sense. Very
well respected, very, I guess, old school, as you can say, because it wasn't as partisan as it was these days.
Right. And even Donald Trump, I hate to get so political on here. We know he's very opinionated. He's very pro-Republican on when he found out the news on the air, a reporter brought it up to him shortly after his rally, and you could tell it hit him pretty hard too. He had nothing but respect and nice words to say for RBG.
Yeah, it was weird to see him like that. You don't see him being sensitive in a way like that, but you could tell that he was taken aback. He was a loss for words. So he went back to his clutches.
It actually hit him.
He went back to the cliche lines everyone's going to be saying, but he couldn't think of anything else. It's very rare you get someone like that, especially the president of the United States, thrown. And
right.
What could he say? He said the right things, and it's very rare for this.
I think it's one thing if you were just to read a word to what he said. I mean, yeah, it just sounds okay, those are just words. But I actually I saw that interview and I was like, oh wow, he actually had an emotional response to it.
You can see the wheels turning in his head, oh my god, what should I say?
Yeah, because his chief of staff wasn't there.
Yeah. So in his credit, he did a good job, and can't say that too often, but well done.
Yeah, but then again, honestly, I mean. Not to get so political on here, but
of course not. Try to stay away from that as much as possible.
Try to stay away from it, but she rests in peace. My thoughts and prayers are with her family. She, as I understand, she had her loved ones by her side as she passed away.
Sad day for the world, really.
Yeah, I mean, we can go on and on about her accolades and what she's done for this country, but for those who know, they know, and for those who don't,
but of course,
please educate yourself.
I mean, she fought as hard as she could, but bad timing, man. Now we're going to see one of his ugliest political battles, and I'm really tired of seeing ugly political battles, but now it's going to be all over the news for the next couple months, and
yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot of controversy right now.
She can just hold on a little bit longer, a little bit, couple more months.
I'm glad, I hate to see the media on both sides, the Republican and Democrat side, already politicizing this.
Oh,
I understand. I understand. Like, there are grave consequences for what just happened here, as far as like, with the election right around the corner, and what's Trump going to do next? What's McConnell going to do next? There's a lot of questions out there, but celebrate her life. It was a long one, and
there's no question.
She fought so valiantly. Like, give it a day. At least respect for the family.
They already said they're going to go through with it.
For legacy. No, I know that.
They're not even wasting time.
It's just
both sides.
I don't know. Just
I was like, when I heard that, I'm like, you couldn't wait till tomorrow.
Talk about tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm like, give us a day, a night.
Yeah,
because the debate was coming. But give me a couple of hours. Let me digest this.
No, I know. I mean, listen, it's going to be a hot topic going to the debate, and it's yeah. I mean, it's already been an ugly election. It's going to get even uglier.
Yeah, it sucks. But thankfully, we have wrestling to distract us, Mark.
Yes. Sorry, everyone, to bore you with such awful news here, but yeah, let's go into some wrestling news. How about that?
It's time for In the News with Michael J. Putty and Mark Schwab.
All right, Mark, you ready to get into some news this week?
Yeah, man, I'm definitely ready for this.
All right, so first off...
Whoa, okay, wait. Actually, it's a new season, right?
Yeah, Season 5, baby. Season 5. Staying alive.
Season 5, man. Let's switch it up a bit. Let's switch it up. I have some stuff for you. I have some news here, and I want to ask a question.
Oh, really? So just throwing my work of all week out the window? Okay, Mark.
Yeah, dude. Let's just switch up. Try something new.
All right, Mark. Whatever you say, Mark. Not like it's your show.
All right,
or
here we go. Yeah, no, I worked hard on this.
You better have. It's not fucking easy to do.
All right, so news today. Ronda Rousey seems to be teasing a possible return back to WWE. It was over Twitter. Apparently, Twitter, on WWE's Twitter account, they posted a match of her and Natalya. And Ronda Rousey responded to that, teasing a possible return there. And Natalya responded back, talking about a possible rematch. Now, Ronda Rousey just recently trained with JTG and Teal Piper, who is, as everyone knows, Roddy Piper's daughter. Does WWE need Ronda Rousey right now?
It's a tough question to answer, Mark. Personally, I don't care about Ronda Rousey.
Wow.
Never have, never will. I watched that Ronda Rousey documentary on the network, and it made me more open to her impact on the business. No, I don't want to see her back. But you asked me, does the WWE need her back? The answer is yes. That woman's
I respect that.
That women's division took a huge hit when Becky Lynch left. You got Charlotte Flair.
And Charlotte.
Charlotte Flair's still on the shelf. Their women's division isn't the strongest right now. They need a superstar. And let's say superstar overall, because Brock Lesnar left as well. They got Roman Reigns back, but there's no that huge superstar that Ronda Rousey was. So do I want to see her back? No. Do they need her back? I absolutely believe so, yes. Now, when does she come back? I would assume they would hold off until there's some news of a live crowd, but because I don't know how the reaction would be coming back to the Thunderdome.
Right. I mean, I know there's talks about after their contract is up, I believe it's October, with Amway, to possibly do some outdoor venues, kind of like what AEW is doing. But of course, it'd be in the southern states, because at that point it'd be too cold to go up north. But, I mean, yeah, I agree with you, Putty. I think Ronda Rousey, you would have to wait for some sort of a live crowd to get that pop, to get that reaction, because you're not really going to get that on the Thunderdome unless you just,
pipe it in.
You you pipe it in. What I do disagree with you on is, well, of course, it's your opinion that doesn't sound like you're a fan of Ronda Rousey's in-ring work at WWE. I personally was.
She was getting better, but just never bought into her. Like I said, I was more appreciative and respected the fact of what she did following the documentary, but I never bought in on Ronda Rousey. But you did. Apparently.
Was it her in-ring work, or was it her character? What was it for you?
Yes,
both.
I think I was more into Ronda Rousey when her later months, when she was heel. It was more natural. It felt like the whole babyface thing where she just come out and smile.
Yeah.
Her babyface promos weren't really that great. She didn't do anything for me. You could tell it was a stunt. You knew she wasn't going to lose. She kept winning and winning and winning. Her matches became predictable. Then she came baddie. There's a little more edge to her. As you said in the show multiple times, heels are better characters. And at that point, her ring work was better. Her mic skills were better. But overall, it's just, okay.
I feel like her in-ring work was always on point, especially for someone that had a little time to train in the ring. I feel like she was a natural in there. I feel like she was an excellent seller. Now,
Yeah,
I
guess
do
that.
agree.
She was good at selling. Yeah, I'll give you that.
I do agree with you about her character work in the beginning, because that's not who she is.
No,
she's
not.
She's not a face. She's a natural heel. If anyone paid attention to her work in UFC, I mean, she wasn't well liked. She was well respected. She wasn't well liked because she talked shit.
Yeah,
and that's her game.
And I didn't like at the end when she was quote unquote shooting on her YouTube show.
I loved it.
I was like,
I loved it. It got people talking, man.
I don't need to hear this. Like, we know what are you trying to do? What are you trying to do here? Like,
I feel like it was a good angle. I feel like obviously it was approved by the higher ups. She does have actually a huge amount of respect for the industry. She always has. She still does. I just feel like it was a good way to switch things up. It got people talking, whether it was good or bad. It got people actually against her as well, because she did, and she still does have a strong fan base. But in order to get people against you, how else do you get wrestling fans against you, or your strong support group against you, than calling wrestling fake as a legitimate badass fighter? I think that was a smart move. I think Ronda Rousey is a very smart woman. She knew what she was doing. Did some people in the back maybe take offense to that? Possibly. Did wrestling fans take offense to it? Most definitely. But at the end of the day, what people wanted to see then was see her get her ass beat. And she lost to WrestleMania. So job well done. Ronda Rousey, I think she is a marquee name. She's a marquee talent. I think WWE could definitely utilize her, especially with the reasons what you just said. And I think even with Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair on the roster, I think Ronda Rousey coming back only helps, because guess what? We could possibly see that one-on-one rematch with Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch. Just see what happens. I'd be all for it. I think your fans will be into it as well.
We'll find out. There's only a rumor. We don't know if she's coming back. There's a speculation.
We don't know, but she's playing her games out there. So I think she doesn't do anything by accident. No. The fact that it's released that that she was training with JTG and Teal Piper, I think that's not an accident either. So I think it's something to keep an eye on. In other news, Melina, we might be seeing her return back in WWE. Reportedly, she signed a contract with them.
Can't wait.
It's not known which brand she's going to be part of as of yet. But with her coming back, and with Wade Barrett signing a contract to WWE, I think it was a 1-year deal right now with him being on commentary for NXT. And then also have Thunder Rosa working with AEW. What does this mean for the future of NWA?
James Storm's now gone.
James Storm is gone too? I actually did not pick that up.
It means not good things, Mark. Not good things.
Right. I mean, those are 4 big names right there.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about this. It's okay. They had to shut down for health reasons, of course. I guess they haven't found a way to come back. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. Unless they do some sort of partnership with AEW and to hold them over. I don't see them coming back from this as where they were now, because they were building up steam with NWA Power on YouTube and Facebook. They were,
and they had some good talent in there too. It was a mix of good veterans and some younger talent.
They were signing good people. The product was good. They were making waves, Mark. They were making waves coming back.
Yeah, I love that, like the old school vintage style that they had going on.
Yeah.
Like it felt cool.
Much like you were talking about the XFL failing because of this. They were just getting started. Really, if you think about it, just getting started again, and they couldn't. They couldn't outlast it. I don't know what happens with their championships now. Will we see Nick Aldis in AEW now?
That's another name that I want to think about. Like Nick Aldis, does he go to AEW? Does he follow his wife to WWE? Like, what happens here?
And I remember the NWA championship was the championship of WCW. It was a championship of TNA for a while. So do they find another promotion to hold their championships for a while?
That's why this is so important, because NWA, whether you follow them or not right now, the name at least. NWA has such a long history in wrestling, and if this folds right now, I think that's a big loss in wrestling, personally.
There's a reason that belt hasn't been updated, because it's iconic. Everyone knows
Exactly.
what the NWA Championship belt looks like.
Exactly. That's like updating Lambeau Field. That's like,
Yeah.
if they got rid of that, that's like tearing down Yankee Stadium. When they did that crushed my soul.
Yep.
You know,
I'm not a Yankee fan, and it crushed my soul.
Right.
So there's no wrestling world without the NWA Championship. It's going to be there somewhere, but will it be on NWA Power? I don't think so.
It's looking highly unlikely at this point. I mean, the longer the NWA Power stays off the air, it just doesn't seem like they can hold on too long because they're just losing talent by the minute, it seems like.
And I'm not Mark, you can answer this question better than I can about production. Like, didn't seem their production value was that high. It was in a small studio. The set wasn't that expensive. There wasn't bright lights, pyro, fancy lighting. So it's not like they're going to lose.
It was old school though. It was a nice throwback.
Yeah,
an alternative as opposed to like what you're seeing, every day during the week.
So I'm surprised they can't do something with like no crowd or put something together like that. But
it comes down to with Logano, with what happened. It was just one controversy after the next, especially like it started with Cornette, and it just tumbled down from there during the Speak Out movement.
Yeah, when Wade Barrett signed, when he went in the audition for NXT, I'm like, that can't be good. And now he's there. Okay.
Yeah, and so I don't necessarily know what happens, man. Like, I think the only way you touched on this earlier before that NWA may survive at this point is if they have a partnership with AEW. I think that's it.
Yeah.
It seems like they have that door open right now with Thunder Rosa, because it's not let's say Thunder Rosa is exclusively signed to AEW. They have a working relationship. It's almost like in the Premier League that she's on loan right now.
Basically, that's what it is. Yes, it's a day-to-day contract per appearance.
Yeah,
it's called.
Right, and the fact that she defended this past week her NWA championship on AEW Dynamite, I think that's a huge deal, because when was the last time you really saw that? Anytime,
that's what I'm saying. That they maybe all align themselves with a smaller promotion and have that promotion's championship be the NWA championship, like they did with WCW and TNA. They can't do that with AEW. I think if AEW was just starting out, they could have made that deal, something like that. But I don't see them doing that with AEW with the championships anyway. I think they're going to land somewhere. We'll see them back once this pandemic is done in some form or fashion. It's going to take a couple of years to come back to where they were. But I think they'll be back.
Like by itself, like on their own legs.
Yeah, you have Smashing Pumpkins guy. He's got the money. He's got the experience. He was with Impact for a while. I think he knows what he's doing.
Listen, I mean, the longer they stay out of the game, though, the talent, they're going to leave. They're already leaving.
Yeah, you sign new talent. You get new talent. New guys are coming up. There was no talent. What did AEW sign? A bunch of indie guys. And a couple
but they also had strong veterans, just like NWA. They lost their veterans, which is a big deal. And Thunder Rosa is a huge up-and-comer. Chris Jericho just named the top 5 rising stars of AEW. Thunder Rosa is one of them.
There's always going to be veterans somewhere, Mark, looking for a job. I have... they did it once. They could do it again. NWA
we shall
Power
see.
2.0.
We shall see. In other news, Deonna Purrazzo finally signed an official contract with Impact. I mean, it only took since May. She's been working without a contract with them, but she is their Impact Women's Knockout Champion. Excuse me, the Impact Knockout Champion. She was rumored to be leaving come October, which is why it looks like the Impact made the move to sign her. As of right now, Alex Shelley and EC3, they're currently rumored to be working without a contract right now.
Yeah.
Is this a bold move by Impact, just allowing them these marquee names be working without contracts to work on pretty much a handshake agreement?
Yes and no, because, I mean, where else are they going to go? EC3 got released by WWE. He's not going to go back there.
Oh, it's not like he's going, but it's not like there's no other promotions.
Yeah, Impact's his home. I think he wants to be there. He can excel there. He can thrive there. They know what to do with him, as we've seen 5 years ago. So I think that's a safe bet. Alex Shelley, I don't know.
Who's to say that AEW doesn't offer him some more money? You see obviously a bunch of veterans. I mean, true.
He seems like a loyal guy, upstanding guy. Much
well,
like
money does talk.
Eric Young.
Money at the end of the day, money and security does talk. But at the same time, you also see your colleagues that you shared the locker room with at WWE, and you see them very happy over there at AEW, and you're getting more security over there. I mean, you would be thinking. And
it's a hockey locker room
that,
Impact as well.
On top of that, yes. So EC3, he knows Impact pretty well, loyal guy. But where's the loyalty back? You're not going to give me a contract after all the time I spent over there? Really?
They're working on it.
I'd be thinking if I were him.
Well, you're a selfish asshole. There's no loyalty in your bones.
I'm very loyal, but I also have a family to think about.
I think it's fine. Bold, yes. I don't think they have anything to worry about. I think they're doing this because they have nothing to worry about.
I think the only reason why it's working right now for them to do this is because it's in the middle of a pandemic.
Absolutely. If there was no pandemic, there would be a contract. They would have the money coming in. There would be a contract willing offer on the table. But now they don't know what's going on. They don't know the future. They got to be careful with their money right now.
Does this also say a little bit more about Impact's financial standing? Because I was wondering how the hell Impact was affording all these names coming out of WWE. This is clearly how.
Maybe. Smart move then, because it's working. The ratings are up. Eyes are on Impact right now. So once this is over with, the money starts flowing. I'm assuming people will be rewarded handsomely. It's also not a new thing. People have been wrestling for promotions on handshake deals for centuries. A little exaggerated. For decades.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Stu Hart did it many times with Stampede Wrestling, the handshake deal. WWE has done it a couple times.
This is 2020, Putty. I mean,
yeah, it's also a pandemic.
Right now, you don't do anything without a contract.
Apparently you do, Mark. Especially with pandemic, and there's no money coming in. Especially with Impact, they're on the network they own. They own the network they're on, so it's not like there's too much money coming in. I think it's fine. I think we're all fine. I think you're making a mountain out of molehill, you AW Mark. Leave my Impact guys alone. We're good. Don't try to stir.
What's this we? Did you sign with Impact?
Don't try to stir the pot.
Are you backstage correspondent?
We're fine. I got some talks in the works. I'm gonna maybe a per appearance deal. I got a handshake coming.
Of course, you would definitely work for a handshake deal.
Work for a lot more.
Not me.
Of course not.
Not me. You gotta sign me.
There's no heart. There's no loyalty. You're a greedy son of a bitch.
I'm very loyal.
And that's why you can afford your little penthouse you get, or the high rise you got there.
Yeah, well, look at me and look at you.
Rather look at myself. I can sleep at night. I can go to bed with my head on my bed, on my pillow.
I sleep great, man. I sleep very good. I have UGG sheets. I have UGG pillow. I sleep fantastic.
UGG.
All right. Well, that's it for the news, buddy. Thank you for letting me take it over for today. Going on to TV Takedown. Did you watch any TV?
I watched everything, Mark. Did you?
I watched everything except for SmackDown. I'll be real.
It's time for this week's TV Takedown.
All right, Mark. What do you have that wasn't related to SmackDown since you missed SmackDown?
Well, it doesn't sound like I missed too much.
You missed SmackDown. The Miz and his tidy whities. I mean, what are you talking about, Mark? Right up your alley.
I saw a GIF of that on Twitter. I saw all I need to see. So,
GIF repeats itself, so I bet you watch it multiple times, huh?
No, I did not. Once is all I needed. So my takedown of the week goes to AEW Dynamite. That backstage or parking lot brawl, you want to call it, between the Best Friends and Proud and Powerful was phenomenal. That was probably the best parking lot brawl I've seen since I don't even know when. Jim Ross called it himself, actually. This is probably the best one he called. Just nothing but gruesome violence. And I really actually enjoyed the ending there with Orange Cassidy. I had a feeling at some point he would show up, but the way he did was right on brand. And it all worked out really well. So kudos to all 4 or 5 men, I should say, that were involved in that. Easily stole the show. Putty, you don't seem impressed.
Mark, I turned on NXT. It was a commercial. Flipped over to AEW. Put it on my background. Cleaned up around the house. Wasn't really paying too much attention. Sat down on my couch, ready to watch some TV. The main event, a parking lot brawl between LAX and the best friends. I'm like, okay. Why am I going to watch this? Is there some sort of rivalry I don't know about? Who cares about this?
There is a rivalry, yes.
Switched over NXT. NXT's main event, Damian Priest defending the North American Championship against Timothy Thatcher. If you voluntarily chose to watch AEW's main event over NXT's main event, you're not a wrestling fan. You like violence. You like to see people beat each other up because what they did on NXT was a wrestling match. Classic championship wrestling match. NXT parking lot. I didn't need to watch the parking lot brawl to know there was no wrestling moves involved. It was a beatdown. I've seen plenty of parking lot brawls.
It was a beatdown. It told a story.
You wanted to see
there
violence.
Was a whole story involved.
There was no wrestling involved.
It led up to that. Wow, are we really going there?
There was no wrestling.
I'm not a wrestling fan. I love wrestling.
Well, so apparently you like to see just violence, and you just said it. You want to see violence and people beating each other up. But what a great wrestling match I watched on NXT.
I don't necessarily like the violence if it doesn't tell a story. This told a story. This came full circle here. Hey, just because you don't watch Dynamite, you don't necessarily know. You just admit yourself you didn't necessarily know there was.
No, it's like I tried to keep up as much as possible. Like, okay, I know there was the rivalry between Orange Cassidy and Trish Jericho, but LAX and these guys, I'm like, I don't know.
Well, proud and powerful. They're part of the inner circle, and best friends are part of where they're grouped with Orange Cassidy. So this was an ongoing thing, and this led up to this. And I thought he told the story very well.
It was just weird.
Now, with Thatcher and Priest, I saw the match. I have to say, a little bit overrated.
Of course.
You know, I listen. I am all for good wrestling. I don't know what it is, man. I can't buy into Thatcher. Is he technically sound? Absolutely, but I just cannot get invested into him.
Oh, he's slow and boring. He's very slow, very old school.
Slow and boring.
We're not something we're used to these days. But it's a style that you have to respect and appreciate.
I respect a slower style. Hollywood Mark Schwann has a rivalry with Darius Carter, right? With Satsushi Squad.
Okay, you bring this up. Okay, good. You going to challenge him?
But I respect Darius Carter and his ability in the ring. I think he is technically probably one of the most gifted wrestlers I've seen in the ring live.
Absolutely.
I could see why Darius Carter is on the PWI 500. I could see why he's the longest reigning champion in BCW history. He's got a similar style as that, but he's not boring. He's far from boring. He's got a slower style, but he brings you in. Randy Orton also has a slower style and brings you in because they have character work. Timothy Thatcher is just a wrestler. He's a very talented wrestler, don't get me wrong, but there's nothing else to it. That's just where it ends right there. Nothing brings me into that match. Damian Priest, I honestly, listen, he's got a cool look. He's talented in the ring, but what's that?
Very cool look. Like, this guy's awesome.
Very cool look. I just feel like, personally, there is just something missing for me. I'm just saying. I want to see Damian Priest hit that next level.
Oh, he's going there. He has potential.
He does have potential. I'm not taking anything away from it. I just feel like it's not there yet. I don't necessarily know if it's the rivalry. I'm not even really call it much of a rivalry, but the matches that he's been having, I don't know what it is. But he's got another level of hit before I'm all in on Damian Priest. But we're comparing main events here. I have to go with overall the storyline, the action, the commentary, all in on AEW Dynamite. That main event I thought stole the show.
Let's move on, Mark. We'll be here all night talking about this. My takedowns, I have two of them real quick. Braun Strowman on Raw Underground. I don't know how I feel about this. On one hand, it seems like a perfect fit for him. On the other, he's spent weeks, maybe almost months now, showcasing these people, building this brand, building these guys up, for him just to come in and squash everybody? I don't know how I feel about Braun Strowman on Raw Underground. You have any thoughts on this? I was really surprised. First of all, he's also on SmackDown. Is he traded?
Braun Strowman... No, he wasn't traded. Obviously, it was an invitational. But Braun Strowman, listen, I've been turned off with Braun Strowman ever since he said what he said in the beginning of the pandemic about the Indies. I took that a certain way.
Refresh people's minds. I don't remember what he said.
Braun Strowman, I'm just going to paraphrase here. Basically, it was like in the very beginning of this pandemic. Obviously, a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people lost their bookings, especially during WrestleMania week. It was a very hard week especially for indie wrestling. But Braun Strowman wanted to say on his Twitter, hey, listen, if you can't afford to do this, then maybe you need to find something else to do. He was very uncaring about that because he never went to the Indies.
Oh, I don't remember this.
Listen, I'm paraphrasing. I don't remember word for word what he said, but it was along those lines. Basically, just showing no empathy for the people busting their backs day in and day out, working these shows, relying on these bookings. And for a guy that, never had to work indie before in his life, He was a power lifter, was a strong man, competitor. Yeah, it was, whatever it is. And, obviously he was getting paid for that. And, WWE liked his look. And lo and behold, he went to the Performance Center, and he never really had to struggle the way an indie wrestler would have to struggle. So that rubbed me the wrong way. And then, of course, him getting pushed into that main event, winning the championship at WrestleMania, it set me off with him.
I've never been a fan of his.
But
so I'm like, I've never been a fan of Braun Strowman. I never bought into him at all. So if you want to say anything bad about him, it's fine. That's what I'm thinking. This I kind of see fitting him, and fucking about Dabo Kato, like the same size as Braun Strowman. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Well, listen,
but then you're squashing everybody. You're squashing everybody. You showcase in Raw, so it's like glass half full here. 6 of one, half dozen.
To touch what you were saying, going full circle. I actually think Raw Underground does fit Braun Strowman.
Yeah, it does. I'm saying it does fit him on one hand, but then you're squashing everybody on the other hand. So I don't know how I feel about it. So I'm asking you. I'm torn here. I don't know how to feel about this.
I think it works because listen, the man is he's a man beast. You look at the size of him, and it's believable, especially after going along with the gimmick. What happened with his rivalry with the Fiend? He's on a different level of a badass.
Does Dabo Kato have to win here? Because if Braun Strowman wins, then he's beating everybody in Raw Underground. I
think there should be no winner in that one. I think it goes down to just tearing that whole place apart.
Okay. I'd like to see that. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I think it's just nothing but chaos, nothing but mayhem, no clear winner. Like, listen, both men, that's ratings right there. There doesn't have to be a rating. You just want to just see two men fuck each other up and fuck everything else up around them.
Oh, watch your fucking mouth. 2 quick points on Impact before we move. I feel like we have to bring this up. Talking about it last week, came full circle this week. On that main event, the 4-man tag team match, just showcasing Impact making a case as they have one of the best tag team divisions in wrestling right now. Great main event. Secondly, I like how Impact always makes fun of themselves, always willing to have a fun inside joke. They know their audience is not stupid. Did you watch Impact when Moose watched that video by EC3, who stole his championship? Remember that? EC3 still has the Impact TNA World Championship. So someone stole his title, so he decided to make a phone call to the demo god. He called the demo god Chris Jericho. Said, the demo god, this is the wrestling god. And remember when you won that belt and it got stolen right away? Like, how'd you handle that? Oh, okay, really? All right, great. Great, thanks for the advice. Great answer. I'm going to before he hangs up. Thanks for the advice. Next time, the bubbly's on me. So we know he's talking to Chris Jericho here. It was just nice little, like, they know nobody just watches Impact. Like WWE thinks people just watch WWE. Nobody just watched Impact. So it's funny how they're never afraid to open up, like, make those little jokes, inside jokes, I thought it was, like, very comical. Well done.
That was well done. Touching on Impact, there's little subtle things I do enjoy.
Subtle, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
And the one thing that really stood out to me throughout the whole Impact show, I have to say, was Su Yung, or Susie.
I've been wanting to talk about her for weeks now. Yeah, go for it.
Those slight little moments where it looked like Su Yung is coming back. For weeks now. But you really saw it this past week. It's coming soon, man, and I can't wait. Like, I've seen some clips of Su Yung. I've only started watching Impact when she was Susie.
That's right.
Listen, I shared a locker room with Su Yung in BCW, but I never really got to enjoy it as a viewer. Watching it live. So, I'm very excited to see this.
Even the last episode of Wrestle House, when there was a disagreement, she had was it the Deaners or Triple XL in her room, and she comes out with blood on all over her hands. I'm like, you're in for a treat. Never saw Su Yung. I'm surprised. It's amazing. Can't wait. I love how they're doing it. It's a slow build.
I know the legacy. I'm aware of Su Yung. I'm really excited to see the character come back. And listen, you've turned me into an Impact fan, buddy. Awesome. I have to say.
Thank you.
And they're doing a good job with the storytelling. They're doing a good job of, like, sprinkling little Easter eggs and nuggets along the way, and keeping you invested every week.
I think I told this story on the show before, but talking about Su Yung and Susie, when she was at BCW, we covered that show here on the show. And afterwards, she was out hanging out with everybody. So here she is, the undead bride, full makeup, full costume, having a casual conversation with me and Green Man, like we were like everyday people. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I'll help you. She'll help him with the chairs, help him with the tables. I'm like, who the hell are you? It was just blew my mind. The dichotomy.
She's Susie.
Yeah, it was great. But yeah, Susie, it's coming. It's Bound for Glory is coming as well, Mark. So next couple weeks, I'm assuming it's coming sooner rather than later. I'm assuming you'll see her back.
You have a sparkle in your eye, my man.
Oh, because now I didn't know you knew about Su Yung. You're in for a treat.
What happens though? Did she go against Kylie Ray? Did they still team up?
I don't know, Mark. I don't know. But you know where Susie came from, right? Su Yung was murdered. She was hung. So she was dead.
Okay.
She was dead. We saw her death on Impact. And at the end of the episode, she's in the hospital, and she just pops up and gasps for air. Next thing we know, Susie's here. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Oh, man, I can't wait. Now you got me hyped up, Mark. Can't wait, Mark.
I know, dude, you have me hyped up. Let's go.
While we're hyped, Mark, let's get into this week's 3 count.
Woo!
It's time for the 3 count.
All right, Mark. It's time for the first 3 count of Season 5.
Woo!
Now, when I first thought of the 3 count, back in Season 4, this topic was the first thing that came to mind. I remember last year, we had trouble thinking of a topic. I'm like, how about entrance songs? You're like, you really want to do entrance songs, don't you? I'm like, no, because I have like 20 of them to think of. But this week we're doing entrance music. And so this week we have the top 23, because I can't narrow it down to 3. I don't know how you did it, Mark.
I did mine pretty fast.
I have a feeling
we're
going to be revisiting this topic later on in the season. Maybe different eras, maybe different genres. They're definitely coming back. We're definitely coming back to
I'm down for different eras.
But right now,
like,
we're doing entrance.
We're going all throughout history of favorite entrances. Dude, like, yeah, we could really narrow this down by era, because there are just so many to name here.
I easily thought of 12.
3?
I easily thought of 12.
Oh, God. Right during our break, I was just like looking at it. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, so somehow we're going to do the top 3. I'm curious to see how your ideology of how you picked it. Because for me, I picked legit songs. Like songs I would download, songs I would listen to, songs that I could jam out to. Great songs. But, Stone Cold wasn't really a song. It was music, but it was an awesome song.
Yeah.
Did you pick that? We could be here all fucking night. We might be, Mark. Number 3, take it away.
All right. So number 3, again, these are all tough, man, but I am going to go with Hollywood Hogan's Voodoo Child.
The biggest icon in wrestling.
Dude, the beginning of the song, the little guitar riff in there, it just gets me hyped up.
Yeah,
like, it's just such a fitting song for that character, for the Hollywood Hulk Hogan. It kind of fit the NWO vibe, but it made him stand out that much more. And the fact that he got the rights to Jimi Hendrix to use that. And now, anytime I hear a song, it was one of the most popular songs by Jimi Hendrix. Now, anytime I hear a song Voodoo Child, I don't think of Jimi Hendrix. I think of Hollywood Hulk Hogan. That's how damn good that entrance is. And it goes along, like, when he had the championship belt too, just like playing the guitar on it. It's just, oh my God, dude, so cool. NWO was always cool, but this put it over the top.
Wow. Of all theme songs, Hulk Hogan and NWO, amazing.
I mean, dude, if you could just use the NWO theme in there as a top theme, because again, cool music, man, it goes a long way. The Voodoo Child, I just like the fact it made Hogan stand out amongst the rest.
So my top 3 was very interchangeable. Like, I had like different ones. And finally, I had the top 3, and I had to bump my 3rd one because I forgot about this theme song. Batista, I Walk Alone.
I'm surprised it's not number one.
What a song! Not only like a great song to listen to, but as an entrance music, it gets you pumped up. Like, yeah, let's do this. I just, oh man, and what such fitting of Batista. It was fucking badass. It should be my number one. What damn it? Why did I pick number 3?
I was gonna say, man, are you okay?
No, I'm not
picking him number 3. The biggest Batista fan in the world.
Great.
By the way,
great song.
Side note: finally saw Stuber.
Oh, amazing! Right?
Not really. No, not
Really?
really amazing. I gave it like a 5 out of 10.
Really? You're the first person I heard that from. Everyone I've heard about it loved it.
It was okay.
All right. Well, you have horrible tasting music movies apparently.
His theme song is better than the movie.
No, Stuber is amazing. Everybody who's seen it had nothing but high praise.
Oh, so you like Stuber better than his entrance music? You know, I Walk Alone.
It's two different genres. Why would I? They're not even competing with each other. That's stupid. That's stupid. Like, do you like Citizen Kane or do you like the Mozart's Fifth Symphony?
I like Mozart's Fifth Symphony.
Yeah, no class. You probably didn't even see Citizen Kane. How do you call yourself an actor and not see Citizen Kane?
I saw Citizen
Way off
Kane.
topic. Number 2, Mark.
Okay. So my number 2, probably one of my favorite theme songs of all time. I get why he changed it, but I'm going to go with Randy Orton, "Burning My Lights." You listen to that song, and how do you not rock out to it, man?
Oh, true.
I just think it's just such a cool theme song. When I created myself in wrestling games, like I use this theme song because it's just so catchy. It was one of probably one of the first songs I would just like listen to over and over again, just jamming out in my car or whatever, and just like, and non-wrestling fans will listen. I'm like, oh, that's a cool song.
Yep.
What was that?
That makes a great intro music.
You know, it makes a great catchy intro music. Again, I understand why he changed it to voices. It fits his character so much better.
Yeah, much.
I even understand that Randy Orton wasn't necessarily a fan of this song.
Really?
It didn't necessarily fit his style, which is one of the reasons why they changed it to voices. But Burn My Light, if they ever recycle it, if I ever go into WWE, please, I'll volunteer. If they want to reuse a song one day, Burn My Light is just a kick-ass song.
And they do reuse songs. I'm surprised they haven't used this one because it's a great song. Like,
didn't they use it for CM Punk for a little bit? Like,
I think once or twice before they changed it.
When CM Punk first came out.
I was one of those wrestling nerds who bought all the wrestling albums when they came out, and that was one of the songs I listened to over and over again because that song was just phenomenal.
Hey, listen to what I say.
And then he hits that pose, the RKO pose.
The pose, and then like the pyro that just came. It just fits so well.
Amazing. Great number 2.
I feel like that helped put Orton over as well.
Oh, absolutely. It was just great pairing, great song.
Yeah.
My number 2 was from a man we could do a 3 count on theme songs alone. Triple H, The Game.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game. It's all about the game and how you play it. All about control.
Again, a song when it came out, I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck is this song? Like, you can't help but bob your head to it. Like, you can't help but like sing along to it. You can't help but download it and rock out.
You're right. We could do a top 3 on Triple H themes alone. Like
easily. It's amazing. Oh man, but that just song, like, of course, was when he became the Game, this song just fit perfectly with his character, the badass that he was. I'm still bobbing my head to it. I'm still stuck in my head. It's great.
Which led to like so many iconic entrances for him at WrestleMania.
Absolutely, Mark. Oh my God. It's great. I just can't talk enough about the
and
game.
Then, of course, Motorhead. You can't say enough about them.
I'm like, who the hell's Motorhead? And then
okay, yeah. Thank you.
Then I see this old guy singing his theme song at WrestleMania. I'm like, what the fuck's this? But then
Motorhead's been around for a long time.
Yeah. Then a couple years later, you got the King of Kings. I'm like, oh my god, this band kicks ass.
You have a whole generation of new fans for Motorhead just because of Triple H alone.
Damn well they know it. How much money they probably made off of them? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
They probably relaunched their career. I don't know much about the hard rock metal genre, but that definitely had to launch them into a new stratosphere with their partnership with WWE.
Oh, totally. 1,000%.
Mark, time for number one.
Time for number one. I am following off your lead here. I'm going with a Triple H song, but it's not the game. It's my time.
Is this on? Yo, Jimmy, hit me with that Triple H. Yeah, you let the music keep playing, Mr. Yo, tell me whose time it is now. Yeah, just kicking it up here. Sometime, yo, here comes trouble.
The beginning of that song, man, just gives me chills whenever I hear it.
I can't do it, but yeah.
Want to? This song? Like, dude, I guess the game is a great song. King of Kings, great song. DX. I mean, all these are all great themes, but I feel like nothing tops this theme right here. During that time of when he was part of the corporation, and you know, just he was a badass. I mean, he was getting away from the whole DX, you know, like suck a gimmick and everything. It was just a whole different level of Triple H. It was his time. And it just fit so well for him. And again, you want to talk about catchy songs. Like it's stuck in my head right now. After you just played it, it's just like it's in my head right now.
Wasn't it our time when he was with China, and then when they broke up, it was my time? They changed it. I remember him in China was like, "It's our time." Then when they broke up, it was like, "It's my time."
No, you know, one of the lyrics, I think towards the end it goes, "It's our time," but I think the name of the song is "My Time."
Whatever. But I mean, again, just going back to what we said about Triple H, it's theme songs.
He knows how to pick them.
There's a Hall of Fame of theme songs. Triple H is definitely number one. Amazing.
Like he definitely understands, like, you know, character evolution. You know, you look at the themes all across his career. It definitely helped transcend his evolution and make him a better character along the way.
Absolutely. And
yeah, it's just
theme songs are a big part of that.
Too. Yeah, and like he could have stuck with My Time all throughout his career, and he would have been fine.
Yep.
But it just helped. It just helped him set to another level to stand apart from everyone. At one point, he had two themes at the same time.
Yeah.
King of Kings and in the game.
I remember how they blended them together. It was this guy.
Yeah.
Amazing. Again, we talk about all night about Triple H theme songs.
Smart man. He really knows how to pick them, man. But yeah, My Time stands apart from the rest, man. Like, oh, so good. I want to listen to it again.
Do you hear that?
What?
What's that noise? Greatness. Evolution. My number one. Oh man, how do you not love this song? Holy crap. Talk about it all the time.
And another Triple H one right there.
Absolutely. Huh? So my top three, my third was going to be Shane McMahon, right? Because that's one of my favorite theme songs of all time.
Really? Shane?
Oh, absolutely. Here Comes the Money, one of the best songs of all time. And then I'm looking for songs, and I'm like, oh my God, Batista. I forgot about Batista. So I put that on my list. And then I realized I could put Batista, Triple H, and Evolution, make it all like a nice little theme, nice wrap it up, nice little bow.
Listen, the moment you said Batista was your three, I had a feeling this is going to be your number one.
Well, I kind of gave it away by wearing my Evolution shirt.
True.
It's just one of those, again, song. Take away wrestling out of it. It's on my iPod, iPhone, whatever you want to call it these days. And yeah, that's something I can listen to. It's on my short list of wedding music themes entrances. It was just, I can't not tell you enough how awesome the song is.
I gotta say,
I grew
all
up listening
6
to this
of these songs, like, you take wrestling out of it, yeah, they stand alone as fantastic songs.
It's great. I mean, I just can't really even verbalize Evolution's theme song. It's just amazing. But again, we're missing so many of them.
We just completely narrowed it down. Like, I feel like I'm like snubbing out here. Like, one of my favorite songs, it's actually my ringtone still, is CM Punk's "Living Color," called "The Personality."
That's a rare occurrence because that was a top charting song beforehand.
Yeah,
and he just made it his own too. It was like one of my honorable mentions that I just had to bring up because I know nobody knows the song, nobody probably remembers the wrestlers, but they say you get your musical influences from your parents. My father was big into the oldies and doo-wop. Mm-hmm. So when I heard another song I could listen to over and over and over again, Deuce and Domino.
The moment you said that, I was like, are you really going to say Deuce and Domino right now?
It's just one of those songs I can sing to you verbatim. That's how often I listen to this song.
That's amazing.
Because it's one of those songs like, yeah, just casually, just like, oh man, it's such a relaxing,
you need to,
unwinding song.
We need to tweet that to them.
Yeah, right? Absolutely. Please. Oh my God. You just heard it. It was amazing. That's stuck in the head all day.
That's fantastic, man.
But then again, side note, I kind of feel dirty not including Edge Metalingus. Like, what an iconic song that was. There's so many songs we haven't picked. That's why we have to revisit this topic later in the season.
DX.
Oh, man. And Stone Cold, Undertaker, there's no lyrics, songs, Shawn Michaels.
Ministry of Darkness, I thought, was like one of the most badass songs out there.
Hulk Hogan, Macho Man,
Ric Flair.
Ric Flair. Oh, my God. We can be here all night. So how we did it top 3, don't know, Mark, but we fucking did it. We did the impossible, Marcus. Good job.
Or any of Chris Jericho's.
Yeah. I just heard Judas today. Randomly on like a
Dude, how awesome is that song?
And I heard that song. I heard it was a good song, like when he does it, but I can't really hear it too well. I like Fozzy. I like some of their songs, and the crowd sings it back, takes away from it a little bit from hearing the song. So I'm in work doing something, and all of a sudden I hear a song, I'm like, that sounds familiar. Yeah, it's fucking Judas by Fozzy. I'm like, and I start rocking out, like, Judas, like, oh my God, this is great. So it's kind of funny how we're fitting them today, and we're doing theme songs.
Yeah. Dude, Chris Jericho's another going. I think one of the better themes in WWE right now is Aleister Black. I love his theme. That gets me going.
I can't recall that one right now.
That's because I feel like they haven't played it in a bit.
Yeah, probably not.
But it is a good one. It gets me pumped up, man. Especially like when I'm working out.
Really, Aleister Black. I got to go back and listen to that one then, because I can't. Gun on my head, couldn't think of it for the life of me.
Oh man, we can go on all day long with this.
And so far, I think we have. So let's cut it there, Mark. Let us know your top 3, if you can narrow it down at all. Inbox at shotwrestling.com. Dial it up 619-343-3005, where the conversation never ends on our social medias at Shot of Wrestling. Can't wait to hear some of the answers we get, Mark. It's going to be crazy. There's, so many to choose from.
I feel like there's no wrong answer. What's the worst theme song?
That's another top 3 we can do. Save that for a couple weeks. Put that in your back pocket. We'll come back to that one in a couple weeks.
Saved.
All right, Mark, it's time for some go-home thoughts. Take it away.
Does it have to be wrestling related? Because
well, last week's wasn't.
I want to talk.
What you bring up last week? Like a TV show? Oh, Cobra Kai?
Cobra Kai, yeah.
It could be anything you want.
I was talking about the Jets. Dude.
Time for my go-home thought. I mean,
did they get the memo? The season started like they look worse than a high school football. They look worse than a peewee football team. It's just been, and I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because I knew they were going to have a shitty year. It's just I'm just so disgruntled. It's been 10 years of losing and losing and losing, and it's the same old shit. We have a shitty head coach, and we have an even worse owner, and I'm sick of it.
Shitty head coach. I know.
He's miserable.
Yeah.
Like, the dude should not have a job in the NFL or even be remotely near football.
He can, but like an assistant somewhere. Learn again.
I can't see him being an assistant. I can't.
How's your fantasy football team doing?
Not to the best start. I mean, first week I got completely blown out.
Jesus.
So Jimmy J is in my league. So before the season even started, I traded Nick Chubb for Joe Mixon straight up. Right now, I am regretting that decision.
Wow. I don't miss fantasy football. I thought I would, but like last year was stress-free. It makes the other games more exciting, but like so much less stress.
Dude, I love fantasy football.
I did too, but I just like more because I was playing with people, which is the reason I didn't join your league because I would do it like once a week. But guys check it every single day. I'm like, I can't keep up with you guys.
I check it every single day.
Yeah, so awesome. Long season for the Jets. Dolphins didn't look
this is why I love fantasy football because you're just a distraction from like how miserable my life is.
But when your fantasy football team sucks too, it's the worst.
It is the worst. Too. Right now, I'm not getting off to the best of starts, but we'll bounce back.
Dolphins lost, but they didn't look too bad from what I heard because I couldn't watch the game because I don't have that red zone thing. But it's going to be a long season for both of us, Mark. They put up a good fight. Yeah, they came back.
The Patriots.
But still the fucking Patriots. You know the Patriots are still going to win the league, the division. But now, they definitely will. Fucking Cam Newton running for 2 touchdowns. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know, right?
Fucking Patriots.
They find a way, man. They find a way. And I hear grumblings about Allen Robinson possibly being traded. Won't be surprised if he goes to New England. Or maybe even Odell being traded. Something's going to happen. They're going to get themselves a playmaker in that team, and they're going to be set.
How about Tom Brady, huh?
Tom Brady. I mean, we're going
based
off week 1 right now.
He ain't used to that.
Listen, man. Listen, they're playing Carolina. Again, the game probably already happened by the time the show airs, but Tom Brady, apparently he's laser focused. So I'm curious to see how he bounces back to week 2.
Brady Breeze. It's like one of the highest rating football games in like years. It was amazing. Everyone wanted to see that.
It was great to see, man. It really was.
So we've been doing the show for several years now, and we kept getting bigger and bigger. We're growing, Mark. We're growing.
Hell yeah.
I got an email a couple of days ago, I think 2 days ago, from Amazon Music saying that they now are going to be streaming podcasts.
Sweet.
Find out today we're on there. So, Shot of Wrestling now on Amazon Music. Search for Shot of Wrestling, no way.
We are just crushing it, my man.
So that's Podbean, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, whatever apps there are on the Android devices. We're amazing, Mark. We're growing bigger and better. Season 5, starting out with a bang.
Apparently, wherever you get your podcast, you can listen to us. There's no excuse.
There is none. So hop on the bandwagon now. We have a great season lined up, especially when we revisit our top 3 again. Got so many songs to pick now. Oh, my God. But anyway, Mark, that's all I got for this week. Good show. We had fun this week.
Cheers to that, my man. Cheers to that.
And cheers.
Next week, sadly, I won't be around.
Cheers to that. Can't wait.
Hey.
So make sure you tune in. Schwan Free.
Schwan Free.
Who will I be talking to next week? Tune in to find out.
I'm very curious.
Again, who do you want me to talk to? Open it up to the fans again.
Why? Why would you? Because you're not going to listen to them anyway.
I always listen to my fans.
Please.
I'm the only person here who actually has fans. So, in closing, for your favorite actor.org, whatever your website is.
What? No. Yourfavoriteactor.com.
I was close.
That's my website.
I was close.
I am not a .org. I pay good money to have a .com.
Make sure you check out AJ Pan on his social media. He's always killing it there. Shout out to AJ Pan, Governor of BCW.
Oh, stop.
I have been your host at Michael J. Putty. Again, RIP RBG. Until next week, Putty out. Hey, baby, I hear the bell ringing, hip tosses and body slams. Oh, my. And maybe you seem a bit confused. Yeah, baby, but I got you pinned. Ha, 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 ha. But I don't know what to do when I see them with that golden case. They're cashing it in. Authority all in my face. What is a man to do? Good night, everybody.